So you've got more stories from the Torah for me? Yes, sir, I do. Fantastic. When we left off, Adam and Eve had just been banished from paradise, and I, for one, was looking forward to their fascinating battle for survival. Oh, that would have been interesting, but we're not going to talk about that in any way. Oh, dang it. Yeah, instead, we simply have the story jump to them having their first two children, Cain and Abel. Well, okay then. And Cain is a farmer while Abel is a shepherd. I'm following. And they make offerings to God, and God likes Abel's offerings, but he doesn't like Cain. How come? Unclear. That works. So Cain is very upset and he decides to kill his brother. What? Why? I'm not sure. Sibling rivalry? All siblings have rivalries. It's very rare for one to lead to murder, though. I don't know what to tell you. Murder is the plan. So you're telling me Cain is a psychopath? If it quacks like a duck. Huh. So Cain follows Abel out into a field with homicide on his mind, and God steps in to save the innocent Abel who gave him the offering he liked? He does not. How come? Because. Interesting choice. It is. So Cain kills his brother, but now he's worried that wherever he goes, people will want to harm him. Isn't the sum total of all humanity right now Cain and his parents? Oh yes, apparently. So who does he think he's in danger from? I don't know. Huh. Next, Cain lies with his wife, and they have a son, Enoch. Wait, who's this wife? What do you mean? We've had Adam and Eve, who've had Cain and Abel. No one else has been mentioned. Oh. Whoops. Whoopsie. So, anyway, they have Enoch. Oh, so you're not going to explain where this wife comes from? I'd rather not. Give it your best shot. Well, I guess we're just going to have to assume she's, a sister that never got mentioned. I was afraid that's where this was going. Couldn't you just have God poof another family into existence so they don't have to resort to incest? Of course, he's God. It would be super easy, barely an inconvenience. So he does? No. Eesh. Anyway, Enoch is born and he lays with his wife. Another sister? Probably. I gotta be honest, all the incest that the psychopath's descendants are indulging in is starting to make me a little queasy. Well, the ultimate intelligence in the universe approves of this, so that makes it okay. It's just kinda gross that these are the people God appoints as our progenitors. I'm sure your tummy will be feeling better in no time. Ugh, fingers crossed. Anyway, after a long line of sons and sisters and uncles and nieces all marrying each other and having babies, we get to the next big hero, Noah. And what's his deal? Well, he and his family are the only good people on Earth, so God decides to kill everybody else with a global flood. The incestuous descendants of a fratricidal psychopath are the only good people. That's what we're going with. But aren't there at least a few other innocent people on Earth? Certainly there are infants who are blameless. Nope, all evil. Well, okay then. And won't a global flood destroy virtually all life on Earth? You darn tootin' it will. So all the innocent animals that are entirely blameless die. Well, yes, most of them. But Noah builds a boat and puts a pair of every kind of animal on it so he can repopulate the earth when the flood recedes. Just one mating pair for each kind? For the vast majority, yeah. Won't that require, more incest? Mm-hmm. Hey. With God being omniscient and omnipotent, couldn't he simply reboot this whole thing with a new and improved Adam and Eve and a few extra families so we can avoid all the incest? And while he's at it, maybe leave crafty talking snakes out of the mix? Oh, he could, but he's not gonna. Because the flood extermination plan actually works and there are only good people afterward? Oh no, mankind reverts to the usual wickedness almost immediately. So this planetary mass casualty event achieves nothing that God was going for. Nope. Amazing. But from now on, they're going to be rainbows to remind God not to flood the earth again. Oh, wow. Yeah, rainbows are pretty cool, right? What? Oh, yeah, sure, they're nice. But what I was wowing at is the idea that God needs a reminder for anything, what with his omniscience and all. Yes, rainbows are such a beautiful gesture. And that what he's actually reminding himself about is not to employ drowning as his method in the future to kill virtually all life on Earth. Such a beautiful promise. So after the flood, what happens next? Noah plants a vineyard, gets drunk on the wine, and passes out with his genitals exposed. Oh, God's chosen man is a drunk. Why am I not surprised? Yeah, and his son Ham walks in and sees his old man passed out. Geez, poor kid. So Ham leaves to give Mom a heads up that Dad's drunk and she needs to attend to him? Well, we never hear about the mom. How come? Because Bible. That works for me. But he does tell his brothers. Very considerate of him to help everyone avoid any further embarrassment. Well, not really, because after the brothers covered their dad, he finally wakes up, and boy is he mad. At himself for getting drunk and leaving himself exposed. No, he's mad at Cain and Ham's son. He's mad at his grandson.